Hey, it's Tripp from trippadvice.com, and today I have a very special guest, Eden. It's already funny. Eden Dranger.
I'm so funny, I don't even have to say anything.
She's so funny, I don't even know what
contagious.
it is. Eden Dranger, and we're going to be talking, giving you some tips on how to be witty, how to be funny, how to make a girl laugh. And the reason why I wanted to interview her today and have her give you some tips is because she is a comedian. She's got some tips for us today, and before we get into those, if you want to see more of her stuff, you can go to her YouTube channel, which I'm going to put in the description below. It's called Bitchcraft, which is a mixture of comedy and magic. It's really funny. She's got some cool episodes on there. Check that out. Also follow her on Twitter. We were just talking about this. She posts these little tweets, and I think they also go to your Facebook.
Yeah.
And she posts like 3 to 4 a day, and I'm just sitting there looking at it, and they're really funny.
They're just one-liners, and they're not even that funny.
No, they're awesome. She's just saying that. Most comedians are really, they're really like sensitive about their work.
You have to be very broken to be a comedian.
You do.
Sure. I'm broken.
Okay. Well, we don't want you to be broken.
No,
so
we don't.
These are the tips that you can use.
You're not a stand-up comedian. Don't choose that path.
Right.
This is not about that.
Okay, let's get into it. All right, so
what
are your tips for how a guy can be funny, make a girl laugh, and be more attractive with women through the use of humor and wit?
Right. Well, yeah, because humor does make panties drop.
It does.
It does. It woos girls. However, you don't want to be like that guy that like is a wannabe comedian that's like waiting for a laugh. Because even if you go to open mics, you know, you see a comedian and he tries to tell a joke and it bombs, it like, or no one laughs, it really hurts and it feels weird. So you don't want to try too hard. If you're just, you know, don't like try to tell a joke that's like super cliche or something and expect her to laugh. And the worst thing, don't wait for a laugh. Don't like say something that you think is funny, go silent and wait for her to laugh. And if you see like she's not laughing, then just fucking keep talking. Sorry. Am I allowed to curse?
You can curse.
Oh, great. Awesome. All right. So yeah, I mean, you don't want to be a wannabe comedian. You want to be able to portray that like humor just comes naturally to you. So I'm going to give you some tips on how to do that. Right?
Yeah,
okay.
I mean, because we're not trying to teach you how to be a comedian.
No, because you don't want to be a comedian. You'll be broke.
Right, and then you'll just be a comedian. So let's teach you how to use humor to actually attract girls and not have to work so hard at these dumb little one-liner jokes that most comedians use.
Yeah.
So
first things first, you know, it's always fun to point out irony, for example. Like if someone says, you know...
Which, by the way, most people I've noticed don't really understand how to use that. They use the word ironic in place of what should be just like a coincidence.
Like, yeah. So, for instance, if someone, let's say, if, you know, you guys are on a date or something, and you know, she's like, oh, tell me about yourself. And you're like, oh, well, I'm a really good listener. And then she's like, starts saying something, and you just say, what? And, you know, that's kind of ironic.
Okay.
Stuff like that. Also, the element of surprise is funny. I mean, haven't we all watched those videos of people just falling? And those are hilarious, aside from, I mean, they're sad, but hilarious because you're just...
They're mostly hilarious. You're
not really expecting someone just walking and, you know, you're expecting them to just keep on walking and then something unexpected happens, a surprise happens. And it's funny because it's not expected. So
what can the guy do besides trip and fall in front of the date that can be an element of surprise that can make her laugh?
Well, he could just be saying something like, you know, I don't know, you know, if he doesn't want to drink on a date, he's like, I'm saving, you know, that term, I'm saving myself for marriage. He could just be like, I'm saving my liver for marriage. So, you know, you start drinking once he's married. Stuff like that. You just, you know, what's expected is something else, and you just insert something unexpected. And maybe it's funny, maybe it's not. Again, if you try and it's not funny and you don't see her laughing, just move on. Don't acknowledge it. Keep going. You know, the show must go on. Another thing that's super helpful, too, is just to be kind of honest. I feel like, you know, Tripp and I were just talking, and I was like, my favorite thing to do sometimes is just to go to really ritzy places in Beverly Hills and Hollywood, see all these celebrities, and just fart. And then just know that I farted in front of a celebrity, and the celebrity...
And she's serious about that. She really does do that.
Had to inhale my fumes, the ghost of my lunch. Is that what farts are? I don't know. They're like They're like a postcard from the hummus you had. So, you know, I thought like, and the thing is that there's a lot of honesty in that. Like,
so you should tell a girl that you.
I'm not saying
you go to ritzy places and fart.
Hey, self-deprecating humor. That's another video, right? You could always do that. However,
you can check that out. Put the link below.
Right, but it's just funny just to be honest sometimes. Like maybe you're out with the girl at a restaurant and you notice just some other couple like fighting over something, and you could just mention something about that, like, oh well, they must be not getting laid tonight or something, you know. Something just an honest thought that you might have that you might not voice, but sometimes those can be funny.
See, if I saw that happening, if I was on a date and there was like this couple next to us fighting, I would try to, I don't know if this is like too much, but I would reach out my hand as to like grab her hand, and I'd say, listen, it's never going to be us. You know, it's like do something kind of cheesy like that.
That's dishonesty though.
No.
Because that'll happen.
But that's kind of funny, right?
It's funny. No, it's funny.
You know what I mean?
It's
like
funny.
You're saying in a very dramatic tone as if like
yeah.
you're trying to be so serious.
And that brings me to my second, I'm not even counting. I suck at counting. I'm bad at math. Honesty, right? Again, out yourself. Self-deprecate. There's a difference between self-deprecating humor and just trashing yourself. And no girl just wants you to like mope and just trash yourself.
Well, that wasn't self-deprecation.
It wasn't.
That was more like calling out an error, and when you call out a mistake or an error, that's kind of funny.
Look, and the reason why humor really works to attract a girl, I think, is because it exudes confidence. So if you can point out your errors, it'll make you more confident. It'll make you more confident to not make errors, and when you do make errors, you'll be able to save yourself. So out yourself when you make a mistake. I like that.
And then also, as I'm thinking about this now, as you know, this channel is all about being your genuine self and being authentic, right? So when you out yourself and when you're being brutally honest, you're just being more authentic. So that person is seeing the real version of you. And when you're really with someone who's the real version of themselves, even if they're kind of a shitty person, you still on this level sort of respect them because they're not putting on a show and they're not being fake. Not saying to be a shitty person, but be as real as you can because people respect that.
Plus, if they don't like the real you, you should not be with them. It's a good red flag to weed out the people that you don't want to date. My fifth point, as we mentioned, I don't know how to do math, is exaggeration. Just like you said. Sometimes, you'll hear a joke, a comedian tell a joke, and he'll just exaggerate what someone else, a real story in his life. It's not necessarily how it is, but it's an exaggeration of it. Bill Burr does this impression of his grandmother, where you're like, goes like this, and I don't think I don't know, maybe his grandma does that, but it's an exaggeration. I make fun of my grandma with her thick German accent. It's not that thick. She just does not speak English. My point is, exaggeration, always a little bit funny. So, find it appropriate. However, be careful with your humor. You want to tease her maybe a little bit, but don't make fun of her. That will just make her feel worse, and that will make her hate you. Yes, hate is a strong word, but it'll make her hate you.
What's the difference between, give us one example of someone teasing a girl and someone blatantly making fun of a girl?
Teasing a girl, let's say, I don't know, she runs over to you and she trips on her heels or something. That's not a jab against her. That's against her heels. If you make fun of like, oh, I guess those heels, they're pins or needles or whatever. You can make a joke about the heels or something. But you don't want to make it directly at her because that's something she can control, and that's something all girls wear. They wear heels. It's a very general term. It's not directed at her and her personality. You don't want to jab at her personality. You don't want, if she starts telling you something and you notice her calculations aren't right and she's being serious about it, don't tell her you must be bad at math. That's awful. It's not a nice thing to say when she's not outing herself and saying that. If she did say that, though, you could do a callback, another funny thing. Calling back something else that happened in the night, and it could be like a running theme.
That's funny. Yep, callbacks are good.
Comics do that all the time. They'll start with something. Jim Gaffigan does this whole Hot Pocket bit, and he just brings it up throughout his show. So calling back is a good thing, but don't bring up, if you're noticing that, she's her top isn't fitting her or something, don't mention her weight. Like, don't tease her like that. if she doesn't talk about it, she probably doesn't want to talk about it.
So for the example of like if she trips and obviously it's because she's wearing like really long heels, you might say something like, all right, those things are disastrous. We have to get you some new heels immediately.
Or like, you better have those legs insured or something.
There you go. That's kind of a good compliment.
Yeah, exactly. You can turn it into a compliment, which is even more like, whoa, he's funny and he thinks I'm beautiful.
That's advanced.
That's advanced.
That's like humor 201 right there. So we talked about exaggeration, we talked about callbacks, we talked about irony.
Bad at math.
Bad at math.
I can't count.
Those are good stuff.
Those are good stuff.
And the other ones you got?
Be real. Just be real. Oh, honesty. We did.
Honesty. Brutal honesty.
Right. Repetition. Right. Repetition. Callback.
Exaggeration. Callbacks. Repetition.
Bad at math.
Callbacks. Bad at math. Repetition. All right. This is Eden Dranger. I'm going to give you links to her Twitter and seriously follow her. She's really funny.
Eden_eats.
Eden_eats. I'll put in the description. Check out her YouTube channel, which is, again, it's like this comedy magic, hot girls.
Hot girls.
And
hot girls.
Yeah, hot girls. And
repetition. I don't know what I'm doing.
Thanks for coming.
Thank you.
That was awesome.
Okay.
Subscribe to the channel. I'll see you later.